Hello, welcome back. I am Alicia Clark-Teper with Sunshine and Magic 123, and today I'm here to talk to you about one of my most favorite things to share with the world and to enjoy myself, and that's cacao. And so I offer, let me start off with, if you've never been introduced to cacao, it is 100% ceremonial grade chocolate. And it is not the traditional chocolate that you receive in a candy bar or a milk chocolate. It is a plant medicine to start with. We call her Mama Cacao, and she is a heart opener. She actually does in her she has, of course, a molecular construction, and within that molecular construction, there are a few things that are amazing about her. Number one is that she is a vasodilator. So she is a psychoactive plant medicine, not a psychedelic plant medicine. And that differentiation is because it actually does something in your body, psychoactive, psycho body, active, opening the blood vessels in the heart, allowing those vessels to increase so that the amount of blood can flow through them in greater aspects. So it does, if you are on blood pressure medication, oftentimes you are there to stop that greater flow and feeling in your heart. But when you have cacao, it does do that, but it's in a nourishing, loving way. And then one of the other grand things I love about cacao is the slowing down that I do in my process of enjoying her and allowing my connection into the plant medicine. And I actually hold cacao journeys, and that is the experience of cacao. And then we do meditation with Reiki and sound clearing in the field and allowing the messages to come in from the heart. Another thing that Mama Cacao offers is she has a natural molecule within her called anandamide. And anandamide is the bliss molecule. It actually increases the amount of bliss quotient that you have in your body, therefore allowing yourself to feel happier, to be more light-hearted, and connect into your heart area, your heart center, not just your heart muscle, but the actual heart center, which is here. It comes out farther than where just your heart sits, and allowing yourself to connect into that center, allowing yourself the ability to have that heart center take up more space in your presence. And then another amazing thing is that cacao is full of magnesium. And magnesium is something that every single cell in our body needs to maintain optimal function. And with the magnesium, as you take your first sip of cacao and you allow the essence of Mama Cacao to spread down your throat and bloom in your heart and in your body, that is the feeling of a hug from the inside out. And I allow that to be equated to that magnesium coming into every cell and giving us a hug from the inside out and supporting us, and that need to nurture and heal. And so as you enjoy cacao, it's a process. It's not a quick thing. It is to set time aside and allow your heart to make itself known to you. It has messages. It has a connection that wants to be fostered and nurtured with you. And so as that is part of the essence and the movement of cacao, one of the things, maybe my story of my first meeting with cacao. So it was 2020 in March, right about the time that the lockdown was happening in the United States, and I was invited to my first cacao ceremony. I had never been to one, and a gal had invited me, and I was told it was similar to like a sound bath. So I brought my pillows and yoga mat and blanket and got ready. And then when I got in there, I was experiencing a major point of turmoil in my career at the time. And I also am a realtor. And so at that point in time, I was not exerting boundaries with my clients. If you knew anything about the lockdown, prices for real estate were going through the roof, $85,000 over asking, cash, no inspections, appraisals waived, just like everything, just try to get houses. And so I had a client and he kept changing his offer, even though I gave him a strict deadline of the time that I needed to go. And then I was crying and focusing on this and not able to tune into the ceremony. I made the ceremony start late because I was still adhering to the client. And anyway, I literally had to, I asked that my boundaries be amplified, solidified. Help me, Mama Cacao, in the ceremony to create boundaries. And as the ceremony unfolded, the woman opens the circle and she's like, so I hear there's astrologers here. And immediately I was thrown into, oh, now I've just had this breakdown of boundaries and not being able to understand my own, and now asked to flip the switch into a completely different role and different person, and realizing that that's the person and the thing that I love is astrology, and how, boom, right immediately out of that wallowing self-hatred that I had for not having boundaries and the ability to transcend that energy with a simple dose of Mama Cacao, she helped me to realize that people are there to support us in different ways, and that having those boundaries makes life richer. And so from that moment, I then had a conversation with the client the next morning about how they did violate my boundaries and how that was not to be tolerated again. And then now I have set firm, solid boundaries, and it's just something that is so beneficial in your life to tap into the heart space and realize and connect, and then be able to integrate that energy in your life. And so, though I would like to say that after my first cacao ceremony, I then sought out every single cacao ceremony that was around me after that, loving the feeling, loving the ability to tap in. But my best friend during those ceremonies was my box of Kleenex. I would come in carrying it under my arm, knowing that I was just going to be crying and releasing and allowing. And what I realized through that process was that crying, that releasing, that allowing, I got to understand different types of tears. I got to understand different things I was releasing. Tears and emotions are trapped in our body. And as we release those percolate in different ways through our body, whether we sweat them out or we cry them out or we do other things, that water is released. And so as it is, and through the form of tears, sometimes there's flat tears that just run right down your face. Other times there's big welling tears that come up out of the eyes. Other times there's tears that just won't stop, that just keep running, that are just fine. Other times they're so salty and you just keep wiping them away, and you realize that each of those tears is a different emotion that was held within us, and it allows that releasing as you tap farther into your heart. And so I encourage you to search out a cacao ceremony. I do them randomly online, but more so in person if you're in the Southeast Michigan area. If not, I am connected to a greater cacao network through the way that I sell cacao through Keith's Cacao. If you'd like to reach out, I can get you that link. But it truly is something that has transformed my life, my connection to myself, my connection to my heart, and the ability to move forward with greater essence that is in alignment with me. I hope that tuning into part of my healing journey may help you in some way and allow you a connection into something greater of the plant spirit cacao. I have a video if you've gotten raw cacao, ceremonial grade cacao, and it's in brick form and you're wondering what to do. And so reach out again. sunshineandmagic123@gmail is my email, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to the next opportunity to connect with you.